Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur? Or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be leaders, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world. Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. I'll see you on the other side.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Black Business Network. Good afternoon to our business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is RJ Stevenson, the CEO and founder of Creative Concepts Production and Design. I'm your business moderator for this morning on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next speaker for today is Dr. Andrea Clark. Dr. Andrea Clark is a distinguished health science professional with over 2 decades of experience spanning executive leadership, global mentorship, scientific research, and public health advocacy. Her career history includes positions at esteemed institutions such as Howard Hughes Medical Institutions and the National Institute of Health, highlighting her multidisciplinary approach to addressing complex health challenges. Founding Upskill Education Service, Dr. Andrea Clark endeavors to empower health science professionals through customizing training programs, mentorship initiatives, research endeavors, and leadership roles. Her mission is to advance careers and foster excellence in the field, making a lasting impact on the future of healthcare and public health. Won't you welcome to the Black Business Network stage, Dr. Andrea Clark, and a fireside chat with our own Grant McCall. Dr. Clark, Mr. McCall, how are you doing?
Very well. Thank you for asking.
Glad to have you here on this morning for the Black Business Olympics. And Genius is coming. I'll see you both on the other side.
Thanks, RJ. Good morning.
Good morning, Grant. Thank you for having me today.
It's always a pleasure to speak with you, Dr. Clark. I like saying that.
I like hearing it.
And you spent a lot of time developing and doing a lot of studying and passing a lot of courses to arrive at that particular diploma in which you are now a doctor, a PhD. I think that is awesome. Tell the audience just a little bit about your background before we start getting into what you're doing to help others to achieve such heights.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll just slide into that introduction. As I said, Dr. Andrea Clark, and my background is originally started into clinical medicine, where I worked a lot with specialists such as gastroenterologists, colon and rectal surgeon, cardiovascular imaging. I kind of, after that, I segued over into my undergrad studies, which is biological science with a minor in molecular genetic research. And I started getting introduced to the research arena, which at that time I did nationally present various molecular genetic research at my institution Oklahoma State University at that time. Getting the bug for research and just the inquisitive nature that I naturally have. From there, Tulsa, Oklahoma, I went on to go to Washington, D.C. to see what else I can explore in the field of health science, healthcare, and research. And then I moved on to Howard Hughes Medical Institution, where we did microbacterium research. That's basically like tuberculosis research. And we trained other university professors on that research so they can then transition that into their undergrad institutions so they can basically give visibility to the PhD track research for their undergrad students. Because a lot of times when you go into science, everybody just want to be pre-med, but we wanted to give that holistic, more visibility to actual bench research. So going into after the research arena on a more, hard science research, I then transitioned into laboratory medicine research at the National Institute of Health, where I was assigned, we had a reference lab, like a satellite laboratory inside the Department of Laboratory Medicine at the NIH. I ran and reconfigured the operations there. Then after I did that, because like I said, I like structure, order, and processes, and I really like systems, you get more of a longevity, successful approach when you have systems in place. So doing that, I caught the attention of executives at Mayo Clinic. They flew down from Rochester, Minnesota and said, "Hey, we have to meet you. We love what you did here at the NIH. Can you move this forward for us on a national scale?" I believe that challenges are just opportunities with work clones on. So therefore, I moved forward with Mayo Clinic, leading. Actually, they created that position in department for me to spearhead and lead. So then I went nationally and went into every hospital, not every, but a lot of hospitals throughout the United States, creating that clinical laboratory environment. So any tests that could not be performed on site at a particular hospital, I was assigned to go into that environment and create a mini laboratory in their environment and hire, train, build out the systems there. So then we can ship it off to Rochester, Minnesota, so they can test it with the equipment that they had up there.
Wow, that is a storied background by far. And I commend you for all that type of knowledge and research and insights that you got. I'm curious about how you pivoted now in the certain challenges that you've come across as you've now gone from being in a corporate environment to now entrepreneurship, and why you have taken on this new challenge in your life.
That's a really great question. And I think that when I get into a position, I notice I'm kind of a perfectionist a little bit. I always like to challenge myself and raise the bar higher. So when I was at my previous position in Mayo Clinic, operationally we did well. We went from 3 labs within 30 labs, by the time that I went ahead and transitioned out of Mayo Clinic. But I wanted, instead of, at the time, actually, I was up for another promotion. But instead of going up, I wanted to go out into the community. I've experienced a lot of people in my families suffering from triple negative breast cancer, diabetes, they don't have the education, they don't have the nutritional facts to really give them a healthier lifestyle. So I wanted to know how I can edify my community. I love the lab, I love research, I love science, but I wanted to see how that translates into the community, especially my community, because I've definitely lost some loved ones due to health reasons. So I took a step back, right? Because as you grow and your interests may change and evolve as you grow as a professional. And I noticed that shift was happening to me. So I took a step back and at that time went to the biomedical master's program here in Berry University. But at that time, I saw so many future health science and future doctors and dentists and things of that nature. And that was a great opportunity for me to go out and really give and share my skill sets that I've learned over 20 plus years in the community, because I can only do so much individually. I am a limited resource, but what if I can take this knowledge and spread it out to 20, 30, 50, 100 people? So part of me is going out into that field with them. So I wanted to use that vehicle just to go into entrepreneurship, to really challenge myself on a different level and really do the community work that I really, really am passionate about.
I love that. And I've been noticing things you're doing in upskill and executive presence and helping people, especially young executives or mid-careers, to scale, to get to that higher level and be able to operate and be able to transform positions as they go forward. Talk to us a little bit about upskill and what your signature programs are about.
Okay. Yeah. So our signature customized program is our CPR program. We have multiple programs, but my CPR program is something I really built out individually. That was just with a vision, looking at my circumstances and knowing other colleagues in my network circumstances. I noticed, like for me, I was a single mom in undergrad. I had my son lived on campus with me. I'm juggling full-time science plus working as running the flu clinic, plus doing molecular genetics. I was busy. So the trajectory looked quite different for me from some of my peers who were more traditional students, right? So, and then going into the field as a professional, hearing people's background and stories. And, even though we all landed at Mayo or landed at NIH, how did we arrive here? And I noticed it's quite different pathways. So with the CPR, I wanted to customize a more equitable career advancement approach, meeting you where you are. So initially, the CPR, the C is for identifying your circumstances, looking at what you have available for you now and what are your circumstances, and kind of building an outline and a blueprint to map out the moving forward in the next steps in your pathway. And then we pivot on down to the passion to pivot, because what we know, we all hear that question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And we say a doctor, a lawyer, but what I've learned is it changes over time. So be prepared to grow and evolve and have your strategies in place. So when it's time to pivot, you've already created those pathways for you. So then we go into our R, which is our resources. What resources are available to you? Is it on the digital platform? Is it something local in your community? Is it something you can create yourself? What are our viable resources that we have that you can really leverage and maximize on? So we take that CPR framework and then we just build out, like I said, a customized career pathway that's specifically individualized for you.
When I think about that, I'm thinking about the client set, people that you're trying to help. That and I like how you talked about even earlier, where you were looking at why you got into biology and lab work, and then started to see what was going on even in your own community and how you can be of service in that respect. And I think it sounds to me like you've also done the similar lens to some of your people that you've worked with, and you started to see some gaps. You started to see some things that that could be sharpened to allow them to grow and to expand. Help us, our audience. I'm sure they're wanting to know this. Who ideally are you looking to work with, just so they can see if they would fit that criteria and they could seek out upskill for some services?
Oh, that's a great question. So my expertise is I build training programs, training modules. I like working in group settings, workshop settings, things of that nature. That's what I did as an executive, at various Fortune 500 companies. But so I just kind of staying in my lane and what I do best. So I build out programs for educational institutions and any other type of life or healthcare institutions, training schools. So I kind of add my programs into their curriculums or just any training programs they have, or bring in my training program as a new vessel into their institutions. And then we create an asynchronous program that their students or employees can utilize, and map out various, whether we're talking about building confidence, that in imposter syndrome, whether we're going into our CPR method, or if we're doing what we really hone in on is the critical thinking aspect, and really putting those tools and resources to play to help them build that critical thinking muscle as they move forward in their academic years or as a professional.
That's so important, critical thinking. And knowing, I remember being in school, right? You could probably appreciate that. No one liked to have, the word problems. Oh, not word problems.
Yes.
Nobody liked word problems, right? But they were real world. It wasn't just fill in the blank type of things. They give you a scenario and you had to figure it out to the best of your ability. And there are multiple answers a lot of times, and sometimes it's just subjective as to what if it was right or wrong or not.
Right.
Help us understand how you've used your own critical thinking and facing the challenges in your own life that you can give us as a real world example.
Well, that's a really good question. I've used critical thinking, and this is where I know that it just, sometimes either you have it or you don't. But even if you don't, or that's just a area you need to grow in, it's just good to have that, structured training modules to help you. And some people naturally just go into thinking outside the box, and that's just how neurologically it works for them. So I think I'm one of those people, more or less. So for example, whenever I started with Mayo, nothing was built. They literally gave me a laptop to pluck me from NIH, sent me home, and gave me a laptop and said, okay, build it. And I was like, okay. I had no blueprint, in order, or any SOPs was not developed at the time. So I had to really critically think. I had to first start where I were. And a lot of times we start reaching for resources so far out from us that they're not attainable. So what I did have one other reference laboratory. So I critically think, and I identified first my small team at the time, their strengths and their weaknesses. And so I had a great guy up in Massachusetts, and he was good with data and dashboards and I said, okay, we can use this to capture our integrity, the numbers, the data. And so I had him create us a national, dashboard to capture those numbers and data, because of course, data helps us make decisions. So identify my team's strengths and weaknesses. And then I went in and I had another gentleman up in Seattle, and he was really good. He's a doctor now, but he was good with biochemistry and pathways. And I'm thinking, okay, pathways, I can put him on the project team when it comes to building our training program out, systems and pathways. So that was a way that I was able to take what I had, even though I didn't have a bunch at the time, and really maximize that by identifying the strengths and weaknesses of my team and putting project teams together so I can kind of build that out and scale it and grow it.
All right. That's so important to understand because this is how real life works, right? There's sometimes you don't get a playbook like you said. It was an unplanned event. You've got to go through some crisis management or some kind of conflict resolution that's taking place. I notice a lot in your programs that you're teaching skill sets to other individuals, whether it's around, emotional intelligence or how do you, put together a project plan with a budget that can get, passed through a committee. And that's types of things that within a organized structure like in a corporation or even a business that you are a contractor, let's say, and you're trying to, present a solution that can get done that will actually solve a problem. We're in the problem-solving business.
Yes.
everyone, whether we want to realize it or not. As an entrepreneur, a lot of times you're very specific about the big problem that you're looking to solve in what you do. When I think about your company, Upskill, and I know you as an individual, I want you to help the audience understand what your passion truly is when it comes to helping us to solve these type of problems with your program.
Yeah, that's a great question. I love the Maya Angelou quote, be a rainbow in somebody else's cloud. This is a passion project for me because I was once that early mid-level, well, prior to my executive level, but professional in health science in different arenas. And I never forget the people that kind of reached back and took time out of their busy schedule to open their office hours to me, to return an email, to give me some guidance. And naturally, I'm always seeking out mentors, but I've always remembered the people that said, you know what, even though I'm at this position or I'm running these departments and I have these high level positions, they saw something organically and relatable to me. And to be honest, Grant, I would love to be that to so many people. So the passion for Upskill is to be that guiding light, if you will, to so many people. So they can use critical thinking skills, not only to enhance their executive level thinking strategies, not only to have effective communication and this multi-generational generational environment that we're all working in, but honing in on those real skills on how to make your, operationally, because, that's my background as well, but how to make yourself lean, agile, and more profitable and more value in the marketplace. And I feel like I was able to do that. And even my mentors were able to do that when they really mastered those critical thinking skills, that helps you mitigate risk. And just the list goes on.
I can understand that. And that's so critical today. And you prioritize a lot of time when you're delivering your program through storytelling. You like to tell stories. You're all about telling the story and how the story is going to be more impactful as far as relaying what's important. So they get the understanding. That's what I think a lot of people don't realize, that you don't always remember like text, when it's very intellectual, right? And they're giving you a lot of facts and figures. However, if you can relate those facts and figures in a story form, you begin to remember.
Yeah.
And not only just remember, you can apply.
Exactly.
Because if you can't apply the knowledge, it's not going to go anywhere. It's one thing I loved about physics, and I wasn't good at it. I got to tell you right now. No. But I was able to get a C, an average score.
Okay.
But I loved it far beyond all the math classes that I took and some of the other things that I took. When it came to physics, I loved it, even though I only got a C, because there wasn't always a right answer. It was subjective. It's just the way they wanted to see your process of how you arrived at your solution. Not just, here's the solution. It's not 1 + 1 = 2. No.
Yeah.
Because I want to understand your process, and understanding your process allows me to give you a grade like, oh, you know what? Your thinking around that was really spot on. Whether it worked or not, I don't know. But, so that critical thinking process through storytelling. And that was another thing. I don't think I was that great at the time that I took this, which was way back in high school. I wasn't that great of a storyteller. I couldn't sell that idea to my professor at a level where he felt like, that's great. Everybody says theoretical physics and put an elephant can balance itself over a cliff, but probably not. But that's a hell of a story, though, right?
Yeah, there you go. You can probably definitely sell it now. You can definitely.
I can. So thinking about selling as far as sales. Now, I want you to help the audience understand this, because you went from what sounds to me like a very predictable, almost cushy type environment in corporate America, and then you went into the wilderness of entrepreneurship, where now you've got to apply a lot of critical things. You have to understand business processes in which you're completely responsible for, whether it's the operations, whether it's the marketing, whether it's the finance, all of that. Help us understand you as an entrepreneur.
Okay, well, that's a great question. You brought back a lot of, with your storytelling, brought back a lot of emotions with me in this process. But you're right, going from those executive level positions, and what I notice is that you have a comfort zone, right? So when you go to networking events, you can just say, "Hi, my name is Dr. Clark. I am the executive operation, of a Mayo Clinic," and people just kind of let down their guard a little bit more, and I'm with NIA, you bring out these big fortune, and that's your safe space, but knowing that you have to go in there and you're like, "Hi, I'm Andrea. I'm the same Andrea Clark, but going in here and now I'm saying I'm with Upscale. People are still like, okay, who are you? I don't know anything about Upscale, So selling yourself, mastering your value proposition. I hate kind of the elevator pitch because, that can become stale, but knowing how to be more agile and more fluid with your storytelling, your passion, like I said, your value proposition and the why behind your business. Because if I go into the same networking event, and like I said, I put a name of a Fortune 500 company, everybody knows their history. They've already mastered the art of telling their story. We know with Mayo Clinic, the needs of the patient comes first, and they've been around for 150 plus years. So you're kind of integrating into that environment. So it really kind of creates, like you said, a comfort zone for you. And then when you're so fortunate to go to those higher executive positions, you've created a certain lifestyle. You have a company car, you're flying around, but then you just pull the rug from under yourself and you're starting all over on your own terms. So it's a constant. You got to have your affirmations ready. You got to say, but what I said to myself with Mayo, and it was such a great institution, and I'm so grateful to have that opportunity. But I said, if I built this for them, what can I build for myself? That was the real question. And then when you pose true, honest questions to yourself, go seek it out. And that's what I'm on the journey to do with Upskill, seeking it out. I saw how successful, the operations and systems I build with other companies. And I had those same gifts, those same talents, those same cognitive skills within me. So it's just that going out on a leap. And it's new. Like you said, you wear many more hats. You can't just say, "Oh, this is a problem. Send it over to legal. Send it to our marketing team." Those days are pretty much over. Now you're legal, you're marketing, you're all of that. So sometimes it is like drinking water from a fire hose, but you're capable. And that, everything is molding and stretching you for a higher cause.
I completely agree with that. And this, I want our audience to understand that is that you can do it, but always understand that there's going to be a transition period within that. Just like when you went from, let's just say K through 5, and then you went to middle school. There's a transition period. Everybody remembers that time. Wow, I remember I wasn't in the same classroom, just the same 20 people, 30 people. No, now I'm going to multiple classrooms, things like that. And things are different. You had to get your legs. You had to get your rhythm with it, right? Same thing going to college, going through, and all those different things. So it is a transition. And if you can withstand the transition, you will be successful.
Yeah.
And I always look to where you also need a mentor. If you really think about, I remember they did this in school. They assigned you a counselor. When you went from, especially I remember going from K through 5 elementary, going into, actually it was middle school going into high school. They gave me a counselor. Like, wow, somebody that actually help you to understand the classes to choose, the different things you needed to do, things to think about even beyond high school. You start thinking about college, you're like, man, I'm just trying to get to first period. What are you talking about? But they're trying to help you. So that's a mentor.
Yeah.
And I always encourage, especially either you're an entrepreneur or even going into your new career or a new career position, going from that director to VP level, it's a transition. It's not going to be, oh, wow, it's got the title and everything's going to be the same. No, it's a different playing field.
Yeah.
Right. And you got to get used to that. And it takes time to get your rhythm with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's a great point. Like, I remember going from, like you said, more of a management lead position to more executive level, and you lose people along the way. You know, you can't always just have lunch with the same people all the time. It's just so, it can, if you let it get to you, it can get to you. But it's like you said, it's a molding period that's giving you that executive presence. It's certain things that you just, I would say, you can't do, but it's so much more that you can do in these positions. And that's what we want to kind of put your focus on, is what possibilities are with us now. Once you get over, like you said, that turbulence and just the transition, it's so much more that awaits you now. Now let's go ahead and look strategically into what do we have accessible to us now in this new executive level, and how can we maximize and leverage it, you know, to go to the next level or whatever you're.
So what are the new toys and capabilities and levers that you can pull?
Correct.
But the other point that you brought up is so important, and that's what I call it in the brand. That when you walk in now, I remember this specifically, like in my career, I walk in, I'm Avaya, which is a big AT&T spinoff. You know, I'm working with Cisco Systems. I'm working with big Lumen. Everybody's like, oh, you know, make room. You know, he's going to sit down, right?
Yeah, at the table.
And so when I say I'm Grant McGaw, I'm 5-star BDM, they're like, oh, what? You know, like, you know, but you're the same guy. But so I'm going back to say this, you have to build a brand.
Yeah.
Building a brand is so important, so that when you do walk into that room, and that's what I've done over time, and it wasn't like overnight. Someone asked me yesterday on the same program, you know, how did I get to this level? I said, well, it took time. It doesn't happen overnight. But if you're being intentional about your brand and that you're showing success, it's all about what people really buy from you. It's not that your idea of what you're doing, they buy results. They're going to invest in you for the results. I'm going to give you my money to get X result from you.
That's
and
true.
if you deliver on that result, I'm going to give you more of my money.
Correct.
You have been delivering results for a long time, whether it's been at Mayo and other things. So by being able to deliver results and leading with that as your brand with upskill, you're going to be successful. But you got to get that belief, right? You got to get that momentum.
You got to get
confidence, and
the
then
feeling. And see yourself already there. I do that. I'm already there, you know, and so I see myself, I see the programs reaching and edifying professionals, whether it's mid-level, executive level, beginner level. Like, I just, you know, just see yourself already there. And like you said, and your work will speak for itself. You know, a mentor told me that a long time ago. And I want to piggyback over something you said real quick. And with that, like you said, you've been in the business for a long time, 5-star BDM, but it took time. And I think sometimes as entrepreneurs, we have the vision, we see everything, you know, you see where it can be, and you try to put the cart before the horse. But you have to know, sometimes you have to have, a lot of times you have to have patience in the process, you know, because, and don't compare your journey with anybody else, because they may be an operationally entrepreneur for 10 years, 5 years. And, you know, if you're just starting off year 1, year 2, it's going to look different, you know. But like you said, just keep building the momentum, keep showing the results, and keep showing up, period.
100%. You got to show up, and you've got to get your stakeholders. Going back to what I said earlier about that counselor that was there. I'm just talking to our business owners and entrepreneurs and people that are aspiring, even in your career. You've got to have people that believe in you and are willing to speak on your behalf when you're not in the room, when you're not there. When I met Andrea about, I'm going to say about 6 to 7 months ago, going to a National Association of Health Services event. There she was. I think I saw her a little bit on LinkedIn before, but I wasn't really sure who she was, what she did. I met her, got to meet her husband. We got to talking and say, wow, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking to help healthcare executives to be more professional in what they're doing, to get them to that next level. I can coach them. I know what I can do. And I listened to it and I said, oh, that's interesting. And I started to get more and see more of what she was doing online. She started putting more information out. Like, this is very good because number one, she had created a niche in what she brought to the table. So I wasn't seeing a lot of the same. A lot of people have coaching programs or they have professional training programs, but what exactly is it? And does it fit me? And I started to see what she was doing. I said, this is something that's necessary.
Oh, wow.
I see the value in this. I'm becoming a stakeholder for Andrea Clark and Upscale. Like, you know what? I want to introduce her to my network because I think my network will benefit from talking to her and understanding how they can get to this next level, because I see this so much, especially in the professional space, visibility. And if you heard what I just said, is that a lot of people have skill set. Andrea had great skill set, but she made her skills visible that I could see it. And I see you, and I'm like, she's putting out marketing content like on a daily basis, telling her story. Telling her story. So I want you to, if you don't mind, you got some minutes left. Tell the audience how you get up every day and approach your business.
I have, of course, I have a calendar right here by the desk here, and I give myself a to-do list, of course, those basic things. But and I'm glad you touched on, you were initially seeing me online sporadically, and then you kind of saw that momentum. It's about intentionality and getting clear with your intention. So I definitely made an initiative to say, okay, where am I at with my business? Write that down, and and where do I want to be? And then I kind of put the I guess you could say the work or the words behind that. And I wanted to get more consistent. Nothing can happen without consistency. You can't really build the momentum if you don't have consistency. So how I approach my business is showing up. Like I just came from a National Science Health Executive Conference up in Washington, D.C. And I was the only business owner there. It was more HBCUs. There, FAMU, Norfolk University, and a slew of HBCU directors and professors, and they were like, "Wow, you came here just on your own." They were shocked, but I'm like, I am my business, so it's no different that if I'm with a Fortune 500 company and they send me off to a conference, I can make those same investments for myself. So showing up, being consistent, being intentional each and every day. And let's be honest, we're human. So every day you're not going to always hit it out the park, but I know that success is just merely of holding on after everyone has let go. So I definitely just try to be consistent, be clear with my intention, and say, okay, how can I step out the box? How can I kind of create my own reality here? And I just go for it, to be honest, and then building a team for the task, building mentors, because I do have some business mentors and they help stretch me and grow my vision in different ways. And then, in areas that I am weaker in, I build a team around me to make sure that we're executing these deliverables as efficient and as professionally as possible.
Did you hear that? She's like, I'm in the training. I'm in my own training course. I put myself through rigorous stress tests.
Yes. Yeah. And I have on my desk, I can, I will, I must. So I just making sure that you're cultivating that environment and staying true to your vision, because eventually the provision is on its way.
And something you said that just hangs with me. You said when someone else is giving up, that's when I'm just getting started. And that's perseverance goes a long way. Consistency goes along. Prepare yourself for the long haul, not the short-term result. Because that's going to be short-lived. And before you know it, it's over, and then you're starting all over again, and you haven't established yourself. Establishing your brand. And again, I will say this, your brand is not what you say about yourself. It's what others say about you. That's the brand. In order to get there, you're going to have to market yourself. You're going to have to self-promote. But the number one thing is deliver results.
Yeah.
Deliver results.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you're doing, deliver results. Let people see the shiny object and they're like, ooh, I want that.
Yeah.
And understand you can only get that from Andrea Clark.
Yeah,
right?
there you go. You can only get that from me. Exactly. Because, that has been my trajectory. That is, I tell people all the time, especially when they're, not really confident in going to this entrepreneur endeavors or just going into that next role, transitioning to executives or mid-level managers. Like, check your track record. You survived everything you've been through. You've excelled. Yeah, you've had some learning curves there as well as we should, but check your track record, and like I said, my skill sets and my determination, perseverance, and my constant need for knowledge and research and how to edify others, that was when I was in NIH and Mayo, and it doesn't stop because I'm in upskill and I reach those results for their corporation. So I'm just reframing it, restructuring it for upskill to make sure I target, my community of health science professionals to really see them win and be able to be as agile as they continue to move forward in their career goals.
So tell us, we've got a few minutes here. Tell us about your workshop. Do you have anything coming up? Anything that we should be aware of that they can participate in and get more information from you?
Yeah, not a problem. I do have a workshop coming up called Imposter No More. This is geared towards just giving that, eradicating that self-limiting belief system that we can kind of fall into consciously or subconsciously. So these are just strategies for professionals to secure their ideal positions. So this is free monthly workshops I offer with different subjects and topics, that you can catch on Eventbrite. And then I also have online courses that helps you with networking, interviewing skills, professional communication, how to handle difficult conversations in the workplace. These are just those soft skills, but those things that you can master that really give you that executive and leadership presence.
That's so important. And I want our audience to truly understand what she said. She gives free workshops, so you get an understanding of her skill set, and help you with the mindset issue. And I can see what particular one is. So you get an understanding of value. She's going to give you a piece of that. So then when you come back, say, okay, I'm ready. Now you're ready for the paid course.
Yes.
Whether that's going to be online or it's going to be
online. With your online course, you get an interactive workbook, and then you get a pre-selected date where you can sit down with a professional such as myself or other experts to answer any questions that you may have after the course. Because engagement is very important, and we want to put that learning retention in there, opposed to just listening to a course and then you forget half of the course. So engagement and interaction is very important in the upskill model.
So you have two different models. You do it there's an online course, so you can do it virtually and you can do it in person.
Yes. So I do the free once a month, monthly webinars. I typically post those on Eventbrite or LinkedIn. And then if you go to upskilledu.net, then you can take advantage of our online courses. And with the online courses, that is a paid course, but we have some pre-launch promotions going on now where you can get like 40% off. And then with the courses, you get an online course, you get a certificate after the course. But as you're working through the course, you get an interactive workbook that can show you your strengths and the areas that you need to grow. And then you also get a calendar invite with a pre-selected date where you can jump on and ask myself or other experts that I bring to the environment some questions that, just may need some clarity on.
Excellent. Excellent. I see RJ just popped back on.
Okay. Yes, what a wonderful wealth of information you all are sharing. Dr. Clark, can you share where we can get in contact with you so that anyone who's interested in the services you provide or the education that you can share, they can contact you?
Thank you so much. Yeah. So as I said, we have a great ecosystem of a website here at upskilledu.net. And you can also contact me at my LinkedIn address, or basically it's Upskill. You type that in on LinkedIn and that will show up as well. So those are the two main platforms. Or you can email us at any time at info@upskilledu.net.
Great. Thank you so much to the both of you for this amazing conversation. Genius is coming, and we'll see you both on the other side.
Thank you.
Wow, what an amazing wealth of information that was shared for us today. I'm sure you all enjoyed it. The Black Business Network mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. The expo is a fundraiser for students. You can go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the cash app that's on the screen below, $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. My name is RJ Stevenson. I've been your morning moderator. Don't forget to join us in the afternoon. Join us all day long. This is the Black Business Network. Thank you so much for joining us. Genius is coming, and we'll see you on the other side.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.